Welcome, everyone. It's Deborah Beauvais, owner and founder of the Dream Vision 7 Radio Network. If you're tuning in for the first time, we are a Boston-based internet radio station with all the bells and whistles. You can listen to us wherever you are in the world. You can ask Alexa to play Dream Vision 7 Radio Network. You can listen in the car, mobile naturally, and all our shows are listed on about 45 to 50 podcast directories after we stream the show. And we are in our 19th year. So what's happening is what's coming up is a video audio show. It's new, Meet the Host, Meaningful Conversations, a new show created with our listeners in mind, with an intention to increase global community through knowing our incredible hosts as they share their deepest thoughts. Well, we had some technical difficulties, and the beginning was cut off. Yet, I felt the conversations were important enough to air, stream, and view the video. The hosts that joined today are singer-songwriter, plant-based specialist Deborah Beauvais, medium and author Cheryl Glick, Kristen Arlea, integrative holistic practitioner, author, and wellness coach. And then towards the end, singer-songwriter and herbalist Miriam Massaro tunes in. So they have some good things to share with you. And just keep in mind, come back. We'll be back with another meaningful conversation and topic with our intention of invoking thought and cultivating conscious change for the whole. We will be back. So keep tuned in to what we have. All right, here we go.
Deborah said, find the time to go and to restore yourself, right? All of the noise and the chaos, there's a lot of static in the field. I work with the biofield and understanding how we have to keep our signals clear so that we can receive messages as well as transmit good messages, right?
Yeah.
So if we're not keeping our own biofield hygienically clean, then we're putting a bunch of nonsense out in the field too. So we want to make sure that we remove ourselves from those chaotic, energetic, wild situations because they exist.
Right.
And we need to cleanse and restore so that we can then turn around and put out a very nice broadcast.
Yeah, beautifully said, Kristen.
Thank
Beautifully said. And so a lot of people are struggling on how they come to a place of going within. And we talk about it all the time on the station. Everyone's speaking that it's so important to go within. And it's all like what we see, because from a spiritual perspective, everything on earth is an illusion, because we are spirit. However, what we are doing and thinking within ourselves, if it isn't all love and kindness and that realm of things, we're feeding into the disruptive times when we could actually be feeding into the love and raising, because we're in a time where we're elevating, where it's an evolution of humanity. And so that's where the darkness and the light really are, fighting with each other. But we want the love to raise so that we can be, and that's what we can be, as one species, as one would say, working together. And I think that if we all had that mindset of how we can contribute, then we could change and shift things. Maybe all this chaos would be short. Maybe there'd be a shift. Who knows what could happen?
Well, Deborah, I think we're all receiving. I'm a medium, so I receive messages for other people to help them know their soul essence and their missions and how to improve the quality of their physical life as well as their spiritual life. But every one of us is receiving clues and guidance and messages.
Yeah.
You have to just pay a little attention when a thought comes into your head or a feeling comes into your body because it's guidance
Mm-hmm.
from Jesus, from the angels, from our relatives in spirit, from higher vibrational beings. They're all around us all the time, and they love us so very much. And they know we're dealing with a great deal of difficulty at the present time, probably more than almost any other time in the history of man. Right now, so
Yeah.
much is happening. And a lot of us, I'm sure everyone on this show today, was born to be here at this time in history for humanity to use our gifts and our awareness so that we can help as much as we can as we're allowed to. Like Jesus said in the reading, he did what he was allowed to and expected and asked to and wanted to and was helped to. And we're doing the same thing. That's why I say I very much wanted to show up on the show today. And I had to get up at 8:30 for, the man came at 8:30 because I've been having trouble with the cable for months and the television, and I bought a new television. And he
Yes.
came in, and the television is dead, a brand new television. So they have to
That's
bring me
because
another.
you didn't need
But
to hear the
but he
noise that
came
was
very
coming out of
early,
the
so I was
television.
able to be here. The
Cheryl, the
annoyance is
universe
from
was
the
saying
energy
you
of the
didn't need to
world.
hear that noise. That noise from the television was going to be disruptive, so it didn't work.
I thought of that. I
That's
thought
what it was.
maybe we
That's what it
don't
was.
need to have the television so I can
Yes.
focus on this show with
Yes.
you. and
Yes.
and
Yeah.
everything that happens is happening to advance humanity. We're just bits and
Yes.
pieces of the energy of humanity and spirit and eternal life, and it's so beautiful when you can conquer your fears, the fears of our childhood and maybe lifetimes before this, other incidents we had to deal with. But I know there's no good or bad, there's no right or wrong. All religions have tried to make this connection to spirit. The music helps, the meditation and prayers help. But what we're all really seeking is this personal connection to God and his messengers and the angels and our loved ones, so we don't have to be separated from the next dimension of life, eternal life. We can be one here in physical life and one in spiritual life. And that's what religion seeks. But but we have to allow for the personal connection.
Mm.
Not everybody needs to even read the books. They need to feel with their heart and mind and physical body and spiritual body. And when you know that connection, all fear sort of
Right.
is over because there's nothing really to be afraid of. There's only
Yeah.
what we can keep learning and sharing
Yeah.
and loving. And
Yes.
as you
It's
always say,
really.
Deborah, love is what it is. It's love encompasses goodwill and kindness and humility and joy and happiness. It's all of it. It's just
Yes.
all of it. And we want it to show on our face. We want it to be heard in our words. So we need to learn to be a little careful to try to use the correct word. And it takes patience and
Hmm.
perseverance, right?
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
trying.
Wonderfully said. And there's so much that we can do ourselves.
Yes.
Very much like what you're saying, and then really seeing what we're thinking about and what is it feeding? There's so much that the average person that comes and says, how do I live day to day with the chaos? And I'd like to talk, hear what Deborah has to say, because she's able to tune out the things that are more heavier and focus on that love, that divine love. And we can all do that. We can stop and just take a step back and hear ourselves speak and catch what we're saying and saying, okay, that's something that needs to be worked on. I need to replace that thought process with something that is feeding love. So Deborah, can you come forth and share your thoughts around that day to day?
Yeah, I would be very honored to do that. And I'm honored to be with every one of these wonderful women and all that you are sharing right now. Because what I'm finding is that the more quiet, in fact, I was thinking about this. I'd like to share it today because I thought there isn't a moment I don't think that I don't think. And I always am asking that I feel to my feeling side of life, that I can wake up and get into that zone, to my own special zone that is with me and the creator, great creator, and to what I love, Jesus and the Christ. And I love, like you said, Deborah, all that is, and then you've all said, the angels and the guides and the ascended masters and the host of heaven, the cosmos. And what I do is I calm myself every morning, even into the night when I don't sleep, and I wake up and I go, okay, I breathe and I get quiet. So this little thing happened today that I said, what would I say today? What could I? And this song came to me, a song that when my daughter was in a coma, my youngest, who had been in care for years and years in our care, but she had gone into a coma after a heart surgery. And my other daughter was just so sweet, and it just got to be, and she lived 10 years before she crossed. So it really changed my whole world, everything I'd ever been, and the world had stopped. And then here it is again. And I'm like, how can this be? And so I learned to go within constantly, just constantly. And I received so much.
Yes.
And in that receiving, there was this song that came to me. And I actually dreamed it because I like to write songs and music also. And but this song was Still Waters Run Deep.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to me, and I would like to just sing it.
Oh,
just a little bit of it.
sure.
Because what it meant to me is going into the stillness. And I love the stillness within me. Just quiet. Quiet. Everything gets quiet. There's nothing, no thing, no, just where, and I'm really doing that more and more and more because I feel it. And so that's where the songs come from, my dreams, my no thoughts. I'm listening. And when I hear a song, I love to hear the songs of people, of everything, the birds singing, just the music, the vibration. And so this song is Still Waters Run Deep. Still waters run deep, and still waters flow from me to you. Still waters run deep, still waters run deep. Just remember, I really love you. Just remember how true you are. Just remember, I really love you. And still waters run deep. Still waters run deep. When I heard that today, it was, I love the
So
stillness.
lovely.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, it was beautiful.
I love the stillness. And
So
that's
lovely.
that's a beginning of my meditations again, is to get quiet. If you go into nature, find your own room where, whoever's out there, they might have kids everywhere, or just all the things that are going on. Make it a point that you take time for you, for yourself, to connect and ask.
Can I say something here?
Yes. Oh, please, just chime in.
We don't really even have to look for who we need to share this energy within us of Jesus and the other guides and loved ones. They bring us where we have to be and with those that we have to share something with. And when you sang that beautiful song, I was thinking of how when I was 17, I went to see a show, Broadway, one of the first shows I probably went to see, Man of La Mancha. And the show and the song from that show was The Impossible Dream. And when I got married at 22, I used that song as my wedding song. It's not maybe quite a wedding song, but it was the song of my journey and my soul and my connection with Jesus. And talking about Jesus, if you know the song, you know it says to go where man fears to go, right? Where angels fear to tread and to carry that courage and bravery for life,
Well,
for
it's
all
like
the
feel it right
challenging
now,
times.
inviting
What?
everyone that's listening to feel it right now.
Yes.
Just
Right.
let's take this moment with being together to feel it, because it's here. It's always here. And some things block us. And so if I have a block, I say, how am I blocked? And it took me the other day, I went, I'm doing this one again. What is this? It was abandonment. I'm like feeling abandoned. And I'm like, okay, I'm ready to, what the word is, transmute, to let it all go again. And I went, well, what is this? All I had to do is acknowledge it. Acknowledge, okay, I'm
Yes.
feeling abandoned. That's a key how to. When it happens, you feel it, you acknowledge it. I didn't really feel like acknowledging it in the moment because I'm in that space where I feel so blocked. I don't know what to do. That happens to all of us. But this is a way to, that's a key that I said, okay, I feel abandoned. I spoke to my husband. I told him these are the feelings I'm having. And he's so open and loving and so here with me. He said, oh, well, do you feel better now? Because there's a lot that we transmute and get lifted up, just lifted up. There's nothing but being lifted up and happy. It brings us back to peace, tranquility. And when we're in that, we go about our day and we're like, all this can be around us. But I love that we let go. Just let go and let God. Let go, let spirit.
Yes.
Let go. And however
Sometimes
it
we,
is.
yeah, yeah. Sometimes we need to speak. Sometimes we need to listen.
Yeah. Yes.
Sometimes we need to observe. Sometimes we need to go into a private time for ourselves. And sometimes we need to be with people, family, and the group. But we have to acknowledge it, just what you said. We have to pay attention to the clues and not be afraid to do something that might be a little different than other people expect of us at the moment. And to just explain, well, I need to do this now and not be afraid. Honor yourself. Honor yourself.
Right. I
A lot of
think
people don't want to do that.
I think we're all saying that there's so much joy that we can find in the stillness. And I
Yes.
think for those that are caught up with the day-to-day and challenges of work and business, and that make a conscious choice to step back and just be in the space in that stillness, just to kind of reset yourself, and then you can go forward and pick up your where you left off with your job. But it's those moments, I think, to know that you can do that. It's only moments. It will, revitalize your brain and your body to just go forward now with more clarity. And then the other piece of it is that we're not alone. We're never alone. We have these amazing. We have God. God created everything. So whether you believe or how you choose to say God is irrelevant. The thing is to know that you're never alone. Jesus is there. Others are there, and to know that you can talk with them when you're in that space of a challenge or you're upset. You can call upon them, and they'll be there. So I think that's important for people to, to utilize on a daily basis, because then it makes your day fuller. You're not only accomplishing things with work and what needs to be done, but you're filling yourself up with that love, which in turn fills the love consciousness even higher. So I I just thank you, both of you, and Kristen. I know she had to go back to work, so I just thank you all. So let's shift. And I think, when I think about values, I think about my mom. We had a tumultuous childhood. However, she was very big on values. And I think that is important. So I'd like to hear what you both would like
Yeah,
to share. And values to me
I'm
is,
laughing, Deborah,
yes.
because I wrote this yesterday,
Oh,
and I think Jesus wants us to. I'm going to say what I felt he was saying. Jesus wants us to follow the values of
oh,
our inner being to realize our divine nature and personal connection to spirit, to him, to all the loved ones, regardless of religion or any
mm,
religious affiliation. So
mm.
you brought up values, and there was the word, and I wanted to somehow say that, and you brought that up, so I could say that.
See,
So,
we're all,
regardless of what you've been taught as a child, what your family structure is, what your religious belief is, when you have this personal connection, I make this connection through meditation in the quietness of with my eyes closed and soft music playing,
sure.
and I feel the shift in my crown chakra and my third eye as
Hmm.
I'm making this connection. And that's how I download messages for people and for the books that I wrote.
Uh-huh.
I didn't do it alone. I didn't even do it. I channeled most of it
Mm,
from from Jesus, from the divine, from Moses. We have lots of guides, and at different times when they're needed, they come in. It's not always so important that you even know who's helping you at that moment, but that you know that, as you were saying, Deborah, you're not alone. We haven't been alone forever because we're in this energy. We're all one. We're all one energy, but we have different sort of personalities when we're in physical life and different experiences that we need to, you know, learn from, to go through, to have, and to experience and to learn from. So it's all
mhm.
about learning and love. Those are the two words that come up the most for me: learning and
Good.
love.
Right.
And they both start with L. I don't know why, but there might be a reason, but I don't know what it is. But
Yeah.
but but life is very interesting. Think about how boring it would be if we didn't have these challenges and if we weren't able to maybe once in a while not know why something was happening, have a little mystery. So the
Yeah.
mystery is important, and the challenges are important, and we're important, each and every one of our little
Yes.
souls, which come together to make, I guess, the gigantic God soul. So
Yes. Yes. We're like, if you watched the astronauts speak once they came, their
I
first.
did. Yeah.
Yes, and they talk about a crew and they talk about a mirror, which when I,
Yes.
yes, that they're a mirror for the
for
human
us.
race, for the earth, and that we're all in one big crew. And so
I love that. Yeah.
it's almost what I was feeling watching and listening was it's similar to a near death experience because they were up in the universe and everything was just glorious and they could feel the love and the unity, and that's what they
Mm,
brought back. And so every time that they speak or even with their families on a day to day, they're uplifting and they're feeding that love consciousness. So there isn't any coincidences. I'm sure that this whole going to the moon was orchestrated from a higher perspective. God,
absolutely.
yes, God,
At this
Jesus,
time,
at a
it's
time
50
when
years.
it's so needed. It's so
Think of,
needed.
I want to say something here. It's 50 years, I believe, since we went to the moon. And it's almost 50 years that Iran was taken over by a new government, an Islamic government. And it's been 50 years since all this trauma has evolved and developed. Think about how much change has happened in 50 years. Now,
Yeah,
you might not think that's a lot of time. It's a drop in the bucket, a moment in time. But now it's time to learn from the 50 years and get back to what's really important, which is the unity, which is the love for humanity, and
right.
which is to treat each other as Jesus said, to love yourself and your neighbor, because that message is all there really is.
Yeah.
Because we're not treating ourselves with love or our neighbor with love when we're
Mhm.
abusing people, when a whole group of women have to be not able to go to school, not able to go for medical treatment, not even to walk out the door. There's a
I
lot of women in the world who are being treated that way, and it's not God's will. It's not Jesus' will. It's not God's will. It's man trying to control the political aspects, and that has to change. And I believe it
yeah.
will. And I
Well,
believe in time.
I think there's a lot of change that is happening. Not think, I know
Yes,
a lot of change happening, and some of it is
Yes,
uncomfortable, some of it is horrendous.
yes,
So it's,
painful,
yes,
actually,
yeah. So,
very painful.
yes, but as far as thinking unity, if the majority of us are thinking unity, love, kindness, the values, then things will shift. I mean, they already are shifting, but they'll
Yes,
shift in a big way. I'd like to see it in my lifetime. Deborah,
me
how about
too.
yourself? Did
yeah.
you get,
Yeah, there was something you picked up on right on it. It was what I've been learning with some of the meditations that we're doing, and the reality of gratitude. And I'm saying reality because gratitude, if you, when you are grateful,
yeah,
you go into that it's already happened,
yeah,
and you are grateful that it's already happened, and feel again back into that feeling place. And when I feel that lately, because I'm so grateful for what I'm learning and the meditations, and I could go on and on. We'll do a show on that in the second Genesis, with which is all awakenings, which is all about food and vibrational and that. But what I want to say is it's already happened.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
already happened. And I'm grateful because I feel grateful so that I walk into it, because it's not the other way around. What am I grateful, which is fabulous. But when you feel it and you know it, then you're into a manifesting of something so beyond that which I can do by myself. It's a unity. It's all of us in a unified field, and seeing that, feeling it, being it, visualizing it, like John Lennon had said, it's, imagine. But this is, I'm grateful. Why? It's already happened.
yeah. That's a very good point. When you look at it from that perspective, it just brings such clarity.
It brings such clarity, and there's no division inside of me. And as I, with everyone else around the world, begin in every way that we are. Everyone's in their own way, their own space, which is a great space, because when we're thinking of the light, the harmony, the reality of gratitude, and it's already happened, just ask, feel, I want to feel this. I want to feel the gratitude. Fill me with gratitude. Let me feel this.
Right. Another thing that's on my mind.
That's a how to. Excuse me.
Another thing that's on my mind is that I think we're coming full circle to women, not eliminating the men in the power level, but for women to have a more powerful place in society across the world. I mean, Cheryl, you're talking about Middle East. Yes, if we could elevate, even in the USA and Europe, elevate our women, then the women have that nurturing aspect, and they can teach some of the other people in power how to channel that, how to use that, how to be that. But I see that the women, the divine feminine, is really working overtime right now to together and show that we can all live together, but from a place of kindness and values. So I really am excited.
May I say something here?
Sure.
When I was young, I was in the gifted class and skipped a year, and from 7th grade I went to 9th grade. And we had some girls, we had some boys. We never thought of any separation or difference. We were just interested in learning and sharing. And I personally, for some reason, have never been limited by being a woman, a female. I have never felt that. I have never felt the differences. And as a teacher, when I was young, I treated the boys and the girls equally. If they wanted to play with a truck, the girls, and the boys wanted to play with a dog, fine. We have to learn to share every experience. And I didn't see it as gender-based, or I didn't see it with any judgment. And I guess that's a personal gift from Spirit to me, personally.
It is.
Because I have never felt diminished
That's
or
beautiful.
unable to do anything because I'm a woman. And I don't think so many women feel that way, but I want everyone. It's not about male, female. It's about humanity. It's about divine, eternal, spiritual essence and love, and putting people into categories or boxes and abusing them or not allowing them to develop their full soul abilities. It's not God's will. It's not the way it's supposed to be. And in time, hopefully it will be the right way. I want to say something that Jesus also might like listeners to hear. Jesus might say to value the traditional values and training of the past, when people were more connected to source, in the olden days, in the past. And these values are as eternal as our evolving soul energy. We cannot discard them and only think that what's happening now is right. We are a composite of the past, the present, and the future. That's how energy works. It spins all together, and we cannot discard them, but must preserve, honor, and grow stronger, adding new awareness, greater love, and help our souls to mature. Soul maturity happens from all the work and all we're trying to learn in this physical world. The soul matures. And that's and you can't throw away anything. Every part is valuable.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I think this is a beautiful way to end the show. And I want to I'd like to thank Cheryl and Kristen and Deborah for joining me today. And
Thank you.
what would you like to, just a few words from both of you. We'll start with Cheryl. What would you like to leave the listeners with?
Well, I would like listeners to try to remember history. I always loved history when I was a little girl and the stories. I remember asking my dad to send me to the temple for Sunday school. I had a nice, handsome young teacher, and he used to give us cookies and a little grape juice. But he would tell the stories of Moses and Jesus and the women from the Bible, and to know that throughout time, we must remember every bit is leading us to this moment, and then there will be the next moment, but we must put them all together in a composite of understanding, cooperation, humanity, goodwill, and learn the stories, know how much suffering has gone on throughout human history, but we always come past it with greater love for God, for our neighbors, for ourselves, and to treat each other in a better way. I
Yes.
guess that's it.
Thank you, Cheryl, for those words, those precious words. Thank you. And Deborah,
You're welcome.
you.
I just want to say thank you so much for everything. And I just really, in such a gratitude. And so I will say just gratitude, very much what Cheryl had said, that every moment brings us to this moment. And there are how-tos. And that's what Dream Vision 7 is all about. Dream Vision 7 Network. It's
And
always about the how-tos.
yeah, and Deborah, thank you so much. I've been with
Thank
you
you.
for many years.
Many years, Cheryl. Yes.
Many years, and you help so many people get their message from God out into the world. It doesn't matter if 1,000 people hear us or 1,000,000 people hear us. Whoever hears us is
Yes.
the one that Spirit wanted to hear us, and we do it from the joy of our being, our inner being. And you have helped me so much over the years, and I thank you. This is an opportunity for me to thank you personally.
Oh my
Thank
gosh,
you.
Cheryl, thank you so
And
much. You touched my heart. And yes, you've
You
been with
do
us
so
for,
much. You do so much. You're really doing so much.
thank you. Thank you. And I thank you for all you have done, writing your books and your shows through the years. It has made Dream Visions what it is today. And so I thank you for that. And it's been a
Well,
joy to actually
we
see.
were asked, right? And we
Yeah.
accepted the challenge.
Yes, yes. And Deborah, do you have any other thoughts for the listeners? What would you like to leave them with?
is again, just continue to know that it's already happened.
It's a very
And
good.
it's brought us to this moment with collaboration. I love that comprehension of it all, and that we are being lifted
Because
up
my camera's
by
being used by
the
other
way we
apps.
are.
How do you access the
Yes.
camera?
And
You don't just hit this part? No.
yes, and Miriam is actually trying to come in. And Miriam, we only have like a minute or so. I can't see you, but I see your name. So
Can
thank
you hear me?
Yes.
yes.
Okay, I don't know what's wrong with the camera either.
Oh.
But yeah, just say thank you for pulling all this together all those years ago, and waking up one day and realizing that this was a good thing to do after you asking us. And so that was back in January of 2012. And now we've done 600 and 65 shows with you.
Yes.
And so it's become a way of life for us every Monday. And we love being able to just, especially what's going on in the political world right now and all the other things that are happening, that it's really nice that we can just use our music as our medium to inspire people.
Thank you so much for those kind words. And it's been an honor to have you, Miriam, with your unique music, like Deborah. And it's all about healing people through the voice and the music. As we know, we're so connected as human beings to the music, because that's the kind of music that we would be experiencing on the other side. So
Yes.
yeah, and
Yes.
that's how we come together as a society, is through music. It changes people in that moment. So I thank you for those. Gee, I didn't expect all this wonderful love, but I'm taking it all in and embracing it. I thank you
All
all.
right.
We'll come together again,
Okay.
and do this again. So for everyone listening, tune in to Dream Vision 7 Radio Network. Get to know the hosts and their different shows, and connect with them, because how we heal and go within is by connecting with our people, our community. And this is how you can bring that joy that I was speaking of at the beginning. You can cultivate more love and more joy in your everyday life. So until we come together again, bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Be well.
Thank you. Peace
Take
out.
care of yourself.
Okay. Bye now.